Electric. My mind is tired, my body is tired, but my spirit is leaping after that word.
Absolutely. That was amazing.
Yes, from the worship to the word, beginning to end this service, we thank God for being in the midst of his people per usual, but I had no doubt that would happen.
Absolutely. And if you're watching us right now, what you don't know is that service is actually still going on. So if you are anywhere in the St. Louis area and you want to be a part of that, this is only one night. We're
Just
back
one.
tomorrow again.
Yes.
So definitely we want you to come and worship with us, and don't just worship with us, but also be with us during the day. I mean, we're not just having service at night. We're having service in the midday, and not just midday services or evening services, but these sessions that have been, oh my goodness.
They've been so amazing, especially, I have to put on for the ladies now that Women in Ministry track is on fire.
How was Pastor Tyson?
I have no words. Like, from interviewing her to being in the class, it was amazing. But I also was able to sit in with Elder Mark Moore Jr., and he was phenomenal with his insight and revelation on just media and coupling it with ministry. He was amazing as well.
Yeah, part of the problem when facilitating a track is you don't get to participate.
Yes.
So I appreciate that. Now I get to live vicariously through you. But you don't have to live vicariously through anybody. You can register and get these tracks right now. Even if you missed all day today, you can still get those sessions if you go and register at mypowerconf.com. It's going to be phenomenal. It'll really bless you.
Yes, and we're looking forward to hearing from the amazing Dr. Wanda Frazier Parker on tomorrow. Of course, she was supposed to be here today, but due to unforeseen circumstances, God stepped in and made a ram in the bush.
Oh my goodness.
She will be here tomorrow night, and I'm looking forward to that.
Let's talk about that ram. Let's talk about what happened today in tonight's service with Bishop David Maxwell. And I don't know if you all can hear what's going on right now, but they are still
the oil
going
is here
on. Now, his sermon, I know too much to give up now.
Yes.
And what I loved about his sermon is the way that he started so didactically and taught us.
Come on, didactically. Come on.
He taught us.
Yes, he did.
And what he was teaching was the idea or the concept of our lives being this thing that is growing in knowledge of God, right? So the reason that we don't turn back is because we simply know too much.
Too much.
I know too much. I know too much about the character of God, that even if the situation that I'm in is new, God is not.
At all.
So, oh my goodness, tonight's sermon was amazing. Was there a key takeaway that you had?
Me, it was listening to the struggles of our ancestors and with them not even being able to read, and that revelation being so strong that even if I can't read the pages, my spirit knows that. Listen, that was over the moon for me.
Yes. I mean, and when he brought in Juneteenth.
Yes.
You want to know one of the key things that I took away from it, which is really, truly one of my passions, is when he charged us as the church to be a solution in the world that nobody else can be. Our government can't be that solution. Our communal systems can't be these solutions. But we as the church, right? He said there's not enough money to fix all these issues. This is a spiritual thing that we as a body of believers get to attack. And first of all, I don't have to tell y'all because y'all were there.
Yes.
You know what it was. So we definitely appreciated his message, his sermon. And I think we are better for it. We talk about being empowered. That was an empowering message.
Absolutely. So with that being said, if you're looking forward to getting the word on tomorrow, definitely come out tomorrow night. But even take part in our seminars via the tracks. We have was the spiritual growth and development.
We have personal development and growth.
You would know because that's your
personal
track.
development growth. I'm doing that track, so definitely hop in there with me.
Women in leadership.
Yes, and we've got media ministry track, which has been absolutely phenomenal.
And it's so relevant right now.
Yes. And for those of you who may be watching and you're pastoring, maybe you're pastoring for a couple years, or you might be new in ministry, we have a pastor's track that is using some of the best minds that have been in the game for such a long time, giving keys. One of the things that I absolutely love about coaching, training, and mentorship is that it saves you time.
Yes.
And it saves you pain that you don't have to go through because somebody else went through it.
Yes.
These pastors have been through it and they want to give you that wisdom. That's what these tracks are for. So for you pastors out there, definitely join that track as well.
We also have a worship and arts track,
Yes.
which if you are participating as a worshiper, you can do that. But even if you aren't a singer or a musician, you can come and learn the integral parts of worship so you can have a better interactive experience during the services as well.
Absolutely.
We have a spiritual awareness and formation track taught by Bishop Darren Page, which is about the gifts of the Spirit, prophecy, and laying on of hands. So you can come and get some teaching on that as well. We have servant leadership, which is mental health in the church. Can you touch on that as someone in ministry?
Absolutely. Now, I understand Overseer Farquharson is a mastermind at this.
Amazing.
So worth the price of admission. If you hop on that track and just listen to the stuff that he's teaching, it'll absolutely revolutionize your mental health in ministry.
Yes.
But here's why that's so important, especially for those of us who feel called to be in ministry. The reason that's so important is because we can't help others be their best self if we're not ours.
Yes.
And our mental health, our emotional health, all of that helps us to be the best versions of ourselves to help others in ministry. So that is really, really important. So if that's you and you're saying that's calling out to me, hop in that track. Don't let this moment pass you by and not invest in your growth, in your ministry, and in the people's lives that you're called to reach.
Absolutely. And I was actually blessed to be able to talk to Bishop about this. And I asked him, why would he bring up something that could be a little bit taboo when it comes to mental health? And he was just saying, we have to confront things head on. There's so many pastors, people in leadership who've gone away due to suicide and things like that with those private struggles. So we're so glad to have a safe haven where we can come and get the teaching and healing, because we do have people on staff that are not just Bible taught, but they are clinically trained that would be able to offer some insight. So I'm looking forward to that as well.
Absolutely. Bishop Scott has said that this conference is meant to equip churches, not just locally, but around the world, to be successful in Christ. And all of these tracks are meant to do just that. So if one of those speak to you, register right now. Now, if you enjoyed tonight's service, be back with us tomorrow. Be back with us in the sessions and in the services. We cannot wait to see you with us. And I can't wait to see you in the track. Hopefully it's mine. But even if it's not, we'll see you tomorrow.
I'll make sure to stop by. But you know what? I also love that we were able to have, even if it was a small moment, a moment to honor our leadership who is no longer here.
Absolutely.
Our Bishop Alfonso Scott and our mother Phyllis Scott. And we always want to honor their legacy. And that's another thing that Bishop Lee Scott actually talked to me about. And he was just saying Bishop Alfonso was someone who would not quit. And so we can really just thank God that we can honor their legacy by continuing to move it forward.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, for those of you who are saying, you know what, I'm enjoying the evening services, but I'm not necessarily sure where I might fit in with these sessions, the general tracks that we have, which is the growth track, is a great opportunity for you to lean in and figure that out. One of the great things that we're able to do with our personal development and growth track, especially tomorrow, is we're going to key in on what your personal calling is. For some of us, we might be in church for a long time and we don't necessarily know what that means for us. And we have all these messages on what that could mean, but we don't necessarily know where we fit, right? So we're going to discover that. So if that's you, jump into that track, and then you might discover, you know what? I'm a worshiper. And then you can get access to the worship track, right? So even if you don't necessarily know where you fit, please don't let the moment pass without you investing in yourself. This is not just a place where we just want to come and have church. This is a place where we want to equip one another to be the church. So don't let the moment pass without making that investment.
Absolutely true. I actually registered for the media track because I was just like, y'all know my career path that just seemed the most fitting. But because of the position I'm in, I was able to go to the women in leadership class.
Okay.
And then just listening to her version of leadership, I was like, it does apply, because sometimes you hear leadership and you think something that is forward facing, that's always in someone's face.
Right,
but you can be a leader in your private time, in a private space. And so just hearing that, there's so many things you can learn by just giving each track a chance and finding the one that works the best for you. I'm definitely coming to yours though.
Okay, well, hey, I'll be glad to have you. Come on in. Come on in the room. someone in the room. Now listen, just like Faye just said, you might be saying to yourself, there's something that I've seen or that I thought is going to be my path into being the church. Right? We talk about being the church. That doesn't always mean in the church.
Yes.
So you can come to the conference, you can come to these sessions and learn how to use your God-given gifts to impact the world around you. That's how we be the church, rather than just having church in our buildings and in our silos. So that's why I'm really, really excited about this conference and in this time. And if you are willing to make that investment in yourselves, I guarantee you will not regret it.
Yes, I'm actually looking up so I can see more information about the midday services that we're having. I do love the fact that we're able to have a prayer and all of that. So being able to have, we got a party crasher, but we do love the fact that we are able to have those multiple services so we can get recharged throughout the day. But we currently have a visitor with us. Well, he's not a visitor, really. He is family. And that is our assistant presiding Bishop J.L. Jackson. How are you today, sir?
Good, Faye. How are you?
That is awesome. I'm glad to see you. Come on, Ring. See, that's the thing about our bishop. Our bishop gonna get clean on it. Yes, he is. So, Bishop, what are you looking forward to when it comes to the conference?
Listen, certainly looking forward to so much. There's so much to offer, so much going on. Just today, our sessions have been impactful. They've been empowering. They've been explosive all day long. This morning, we started in prayer. Elder Tiny Lucas from East Coast came in like a mighty rushing wind at 9:30 this morning, kicked us off, got us charged up, powered up, and it just went into a snowball effect, an explosive up until tonight. And so tomorrow, I'm excited. Tomorrow, the same thing going to happen. Elder Lucas is going to be with us in the morning. And then tomorrow afternoon, Dr. Fandria Lewis is in town.
Yes.
She's preaching an afternoon service. So listen, if you know her, then you want to be here. I don't know which camera I'm looking at. Y'all, I'm not used to look at this one. Okay. All right. If you know Dr. Fandria Lewis, you want to tune in tomorrow at 2:00 Central Time, which is 3:00 Eastern Time. And whatever clock it is on the West Coast, I don't know. But you want to tune in. And then tomorrow night, we had a schedule change due to some travel conflicts, but we have a schedule change. And so Dr. Wanda Frazier Parker, oh my God, she is a Lively Stone favorite, has been with us several years. She's going to be with us tomorrow night, and it's just going to get even more crazy. So get your shouting shoes on and pull up.
Absolutely. And that's why we definitely want to encourage you guys to register and support the conference, because we're trying to do something in excellence. And of course, we have to have your support in order to pull it off. So we thank you all that have so far. But make sure you go to mypowerconf.com to be able to register. So Bishop, you're not someone that's a stranger to us. You've been to multiple conferences. So is there any particular moment in a conference that stands out to you as a personal favorite?
Just the Power Conference by itself is full, so it's hard to say one particular moment. I don't know. It's so many. I don't have one particular, and it's one of those conferences that you miss part of it, you might miss all of it. You need the whole thing to go through and to experience the total conference. So yeah. So, Faith, listen, you told them to go to My Power Conference, but they also need to go to Facebook and share the Lively Stone Fellowship of Churches Facebook page, as well as Instagram, Lively Stone Fellowship. They need to go and follow our fellowship now. And then if you see any of our leaders on social media, make sure you're following them. Follow all of our churches. Stay abreast of what's going on and connected to what's happening here in the fellowship. Don't miss nothing.
Okay. And we thank you for coming to show your face and speaking to the people, Bishop. It's always an honor to have you. Thank you all for everyone who has tuned in. We look forward to worship and spending time with you all tomorrow through our clinics, through the virtual experience, whether you're in the building or not. We look forward to being in worship and praise and all of the learning and everything that we will receive together. So we wish you all a good night. We'll see you tomorrow. Have your shouting shoes ready, and let's have a good time in the Lord. Good night, y'all.